Hello and welcome, and thank you for joining me. Today we're going to talk about data deduping and merging, and more so we're going to be focusing on demand tools. This is one of the highly requested topics that I got when I last posted data migration video. So I finally had a chance to play around with demand tool, so I wanted to make this video to show you. And also this demand tool is the latest version of demand tool. When I went online to try to find videos, most of them were using older versions. But I wanted to make this video on the newer UI, so if you are using this, hopefully this will help you out. All right, so let's proceed right away. When you have demand tool installed, you have to make connections. So you'll have to connect to your environment, to Salesforce environment, and demand tools works really well with Salesforce. So demand tool is a really good tool to mass update, dedupe, even convert leads and things like that. You can also import data using demand tool, but we're not going to talk about the import portion. We're mostly focusing on data cleansing and data merging. So even though Salesforce has duplicate rules and matching rules, which I highly recommend to enable to prevent data coming into system, which is bad data. But sometimes you don't have that luxury. Sometimes maybe you have online lead coming in where you can't really do a lot of deduping and you just insert data into Salesforce. And now you are stuck with a lot of duplicate leads or duplicate contacts or accounts, depending on your situation. So you can definitely use demand tool to mass dedupe data. So demand tool does come with a lot of preloaded scenarios. Scenarios meaning what are the different criteria that you want to use and how do you want to merge your data. And I will walk you through one of the preloaded criteria, but also I'll show you how you can update those. And one key thing to note is, as I'm going through this, I'll point out what are the different things you need your business to input in, because you can't just go in as an admin. You can't just go in and update or merge data without talking to your business. So it's very crucial that you get those information ahead of time. So when you're ready to do it, people are not surprised. Sometimes people are having intentional duplicates in the system. So you really want to make sure that you capture everything. And because the deduping process is irreversible, so you can go to delete, recycle bin, but just a lot of hassle to do that. So I highly recommend you should only merge data when you're super confident that this is the final merge and nobody's going to ask for unmerging them again. Anyways, topic for another day. For now, let's focus on the preloaded scenarios. So these scenarios are going to help you build your duplication criteria or deduping the records. So we're going to focus on lead, and I'm going to walk you through what are these scenarios. So here you can select your CRM object, and it's pre-selected as lead because that's what we chose. You can also change it if you like. You can also compare it with a file. In this case, we're going to focus on Salesforce. And then here's the record selection criteria. What this means is, what are the criteria that you want to dedupe? So for example, there may be a particular business or record type or maybe type field, whatever it might be. You can click here, and it's a very simple UI that you can choose the fields for the leads that you want to merge. Maybe you don't want to merge all the things at once. So here you can categorize them based on whichever is the requirement. And here you can add all these fields that will later show up on the UI as you are merging. So key fields that you think are necessary, you can select these fields right here. I'm just going to select a couple to show you. So this is one of the first things you're going to ask your business is, what is the record selection criteria for the leads that you want to merge or any records? Now, once you have this loaded, let's select matching fields. Now, this is where you'll actually define what are the fields that we want to use to find the matching records or find the duplicates. So if you're familiar with Salesforce matching rules, this is kind of similar concept. And since we used a preloaded scenarios, we already have first name, last name, email, and street address selected here. And all of these things actually mean something on the top. So we have blank values, fuzzy matching, transposed values. I can send you a link to go into details, but basically there are different types of matches you can do across the fields. In this case, we're going to keep it simple, and I'm going to remove street address, but this is one of the things that you need to ask your business in terms of requirements. This provides you a starting point, but you can build upon it. You can remove fields as needed. Now let's click on Manage Merge, which will basically scan all the records in my system. It may take long depending on how many records you have. I highly recommend chunking the duplication process. So you can use the filter criteria at the beginning to kind of reduce the volume. So you can do it in steps and not everything at once. Now, once you're on this page, you will notice few extra columns here. We have winner, merge, score. So everything will be empty when you first land here. So score will be all 0. the winner is all grayed out, but you will see that there is that square bracket which is pointing me that these are the duplicates based on the rules I selected in previous step. So, but once you're here, now that we know that these are duplicates, we actually need to pick winner, because DemandTool needs to go in and merge those records, and there are very specific rules on how they are merging. So let's say if your winner record, if you pick a winner, and if the field is empty in that winner record, then it will take it from the loser record. But if both the records have values, then the winner record will win. So which is why it's really important to define what the winner rule should be when you're merging data. Because sometimes, in this case, both will have phone numbers. Which phone number do we pick? That will be defined based on the winner. So one example here could be in my lead case, maybe I want to pick the winner, which is the last active, or with the status is recent, or maybe last modified it recent. So again, that varies based on your business. So it's super important to define this winner criteria. Otherwise, business may end up losing data that they really care about. Let's say if you picked a winner that was old data, so chances are your old data may take over the new data, so which is really not good. So on the top, we'll see that blue button, winner rules. That is where we're going to define those. Also pick the winners manually just by clicking on that. So once you click it, it's going to turn yellow, and you will see that the rule applied will be manually applied. Of course, when you have a lot of data, that is kind of not a task that somebody would want to do. Now, once you click on winner rules button here, you will notice that you have a lot of rules preloaded. So active lead status is qualified. So again, DemandTool is trying to help you out with, these are the rules that they think applies for the most businesses. So you can start with one, and you can also make tweaks as needed. So maybe active lead in your case is something else completely different, maybe a different field. Then you can go in and edit here by saying, like, for me, status equals to qualified or something else, nurturing. So whatever it might be, you can change that. So even though it comes with a lot of preloaded stuff, you can always change it to match your own rules and criteria. I'm just going to select here a couple of status so I can catch the maximum data for my test environment. So I'm just going to select a few here and hit save. And another thing to note is you can also have multiple rules. So you can apply a hierarchy of rules. It's not just one or nothing. So maybe first you want to focus on active leads, then maybe next criteria is you want to have last modified date. So you can actually pick those scores. And now that we pick that and run that rules, you'll see now I have score here, and the rule applied is now active lead instead of manually selected. So depending on how many rows have that matching criteria, it will actually pick the winners, but for the remaining where it didn't match the criteria, you will still see zeros. So you can quickly glance over all the records and make sure that every merge has a winner. The now next step is to actually merge options. So we all know that merge is actually deleting the other record and kind of merging it together. But DemandTool also has a functionality where you can choose to not delete it, and maybe you have a field called DemandTool status or duplicate status, and you want to flag something on the loser record. This is really helpful for audit purposes, and maybe if you have integration downstream, and just for sanity's sake, you want to have the loser records for maybe a few weeks so business can verify and make sure everything is okay. So you can flag these records. And so I like to call it soft merge. I really like this feature to test out things. And you can also create a task. So for example, you are merging leads of a different owner. You can create a task so that the owners know that their records were merged, for example. So you can create a task as well, or send an email report and things like that for more visibility as well. For now, I'm just going to keep it to add prefix. So all my non-winning records will have a duplicate flag on that field. Now there is another topic or another option that you can choose is called use field rules. And use field rules allow you to do different things based on the rules that you define. For example, you want to have some data preserved from the loser record. Maybe the ID, you want to preserve it and move it to the winner record. That is functionality is also available by using field rules, but we're going to cover that in a separate video because I think that topic deserves its own video. It's one of the most commonly asked requirements whenever you're merging data. Now at this point, we are ready to now click on merge selected records for 4 duplicate records. In this case, I only have 4 records, but you can click on this button and then hit proceed, it will say that merge operations cannot be undone, which is very true. So hit proceed, and now you wait. Depending on the volume, again, it will take longer if you have a lot of data. Sometimes it may also get stuck if you have millions of rows. But at the end, you will also get a link to a downloadable file which will have all the results. So it will have the winner IDs and the loser IDs and which records got merged to which. So you can click on that view log file link here, and that will download a spreadsheet for you. So that is really nice as well. Due to privacy reasons, I cannot show you my org, but I can assure you that the duplicate records have been flagged and all the data has been merged. Let's take a look at the spreadsheet here that comes in as you merge the data. We have winner ID, which is the winner record. And then we also have merged ID. This is the non-winner records that got merged into the winner. In our case, of course, that didn't get deleted. That will still stay in the system. And it also provides you owner ID and the status. There may be errors in some cases. If you have tons of automation, you may reach into CPU time limit, or maybe there's a validation, because essentially it's performing a merge operation to your Salesforce org. So you may expect to see certain error messages that you will have to handle as they come up. So another thing to keep in mind is if you're merging accounts, for example, DemandTool also automatically moves like contacts, opportunities, etc. from that loser record underneath the winner record, which is actually a great thing because you don't have to worry about reparenting those records. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button if this video helped you, and share with others who you think might be benefited from this video. And remember, the best way to dedupe your data is to prevent duplicates from coming into the system if that is a possibility, just like how prevention is better than cure.